You know, Terry's steady and he's resourceful. He's just like like a rock.
Terry Maslyk is the heart of Morinville.
Hardworking, always here, he's always around, always willing to lend a hand with anything you want to do.
He's so friendly.
He's the behind the scenes guy that you don't really realize what he's done, and he does a ton for kids and things in our school.
He's the track master.
The grand master of rap and funk.
Smiley or cheerful, one of the two, and motivating.
The running man.
Oh, he's so calm, and he teaches calm.
He's always loves to wear his shorts and his flip-flops.
He likes to joke around.
You can always see him in the weight room working out.
Love that hair. Dude, give me your secrets, please.
Terry's, he's a beauty.
Humble, kind-hearted man. Like, probably one of the greatest men that I know.
He's just an incredible human being.
He's always interested in what everybody's doing. I think he can tell that he honestly cares about what you're doing as well. He wants to know how you're doing, so.
Worker bee.
Composed. Chill. Terry's chill. Is there a guy in this building, or anyone in this building for that matter, that does as much as Terry does with as little effort? You know, all the stuff Terry does, whether it's track and field, cross country, weight room, comm classes, and all the work experience stuff, like he just never, I don't think the guy's heartbeat ever goes above 60.
He's the Dick Clark of MCHS, and I ought to know because he's been coming on MCTV for over 20 years now, and he hasn't aged a day.
Loves his music. When I think of Terry, I always think of him and music.
He's incredible. If you're ever at a party and they're doing games, you want him on your team, definitely, because he knows the lyrics to every song that you can think of.
When I first met Terry, and I still think of this to this day, is he reminds me of the Fonz. Hey, just like that. Groovy, cool, calm, collected kind of guy.
Started a year and a half before MCHS opened. I graduated from my after degree. I went back later in life to get my after degree in education. Happened to be an opening at Primo, and Gary Smith hired me right away. And I thank you very much, Gary. If you're here, I appreciate it. And I was there for a year and a half and then came to MCHS. I don't know, something like 26 years or so.
I think Terry leaves the school without true recognition for everything he's done outside of the school that we don't see, but has benefited our students immensely.
Around the school, I think Terry's one of those really friendly and caring faces, and he's the type of person who always I think puts himself or puts others before himself and goes out of the way to make sure staff and students are taken care of.
I remember I was a fairly new teacher and I was venting pretty harshly about a grade 9 kid that was just not doing the greatest in class and just giving me attitude and just this, I still remember his name, but I maybe won't mention it, but he was really giving me a hard time and I was really not being nice about the things I was saying about him. And Terry came up to me after and just reminded me that this kiddo had a pretty bad life at home, and I was not aware about that. And of course, just being living in the community, Terry knew the father and the story and the family, and he just reminded me, there's more to these kids than just what we see in the classroom, and I needed that at that point in my teaching career. I needed that reminder.
His impact is incredible. He's basically developed an amazing program that not everybody even really knows about, of how many kids he actually works with in a semester. He puts a ton of work and effort in that a lot of people don't even realize.
I didn't know what he taught here for probably my first 10 years here, and then somebody told me, oh, Terry teaches comm. I had no idea he was teaching comm.
Oh yeah, Terry is the comm guru here for sure, and anytime that I needed help, Terry was the go-to, and he helped me all the time, setting up guest speakers, doing the credits for all the extra, CTS credits that we had to do in that class, even just all his booklets to help me get through knowing what to do. So thank you, Terry, for all your help in that class.
The Wealthy Barber will always be a book now that I'll look back on with fond memories. Learning it, reading it, discussing that with Terry, the idea of finances. But just again, with the way Terry had organized a course like that to make it more hands-on, I think a lot of students that came to this building and took comm and the program that Terry had developed really enjoyed the process. And I know as a teacher, I enjoy teaching it.
Initial years, I was teaching Science 14, Science 24, and so you have kids that, school's not their bag. And then we started, Paul O'Day and Gary Smith started an attendance program, and they kind of asked me to do part of that because a lot of my teaching were with those kids anyway. And then we really discovered that, some of them aren't coming to school, what other things that we can do. And so I think from that, Paul and Gary that kind of said, let's put more effort into this work experience. And from work experience, then that led to the RAP program that's been Careers Next Generation is a company that started that. So became involved with them, and after many conferences and workshops, away we went with the RAP, which I think is just an absolutely essential program for any high school to have.
Well, with RAP, it's making what I do in my room actually a real thing. So I can go and teach the kids skills and how to do this stuff, but he's the one that actually gets them out and doing it for real and getting them paid and making it real life for these kids.
I couldn't do Norquest without him. He helped me last year finding job placements for all our students. He oversaw their work placement, their evaluations, just the connections he has with the community and dedication with any program that helps our students.
Terry, it's unbelievable what he's done to help the RAP students and the work experience students. He's found placements. He goes, I don't think people realize the amount of time and effort that Terry puts in at night, way above and beyond. He's going to different functions. He's going to different sites. He's going to places trying to find, placements for kids. He's talking to the employers, and a lot of that stuff has to be done outside of the school hours. And Terry is just always willing to do that for even, like I said, some of our absolute hardest kids. He's helped them out with that.
And I think about how many kids probably have gotten through school because of Terry Maslyk. The classroom's not cut out for everybody. We all know that. And for him, and Terry sticks out of his neck a lot in this community to set up these placements for kids. And he'll be up front with people and saying, listen, we're hopeful that this will work, but maybe it won't. We're not exactly sure, but would you mind giving this kid a chance? Because we think this potentially could be a good thing for them. And with his connections in the community, I don't know if anybody's really ever said no to Terry Maslyk. That tells you the respect that people have, not only in the school, but this community for Terry.
In my grade 12 year, he allowed me to try the profession that I almost ended up in, and thank goodness I did not end up in. So he got me into Westlaw Continuing Care Center as a rec therapist, and then I got to try nursing for a little bit. And I'm actually here thanks to him.
I had Terry for phys ed, I believe. And I remember this. Terry was my sex ed teacher, and I remember Terry putting in the VHS tape of childbirth for us to watch as a class. So he went through and he did the proper teacher thing and explained it and said no snickering and everything, and then he throws this tape in, and I can just imagine what was going through his head as all of us grade 10 or grade 11 boys are just killing ourselves and dying and completely petrified of what he was showing us on his VHS tape. I should ask him if he still has that.
I believe it was grade 10, and it was at the end of a phys ed class. Terry wasn't actually our phys ed teacher, but there was some disruptive noise coming from the gym, which I think drew him in. We were waiting outside the equipment room. The equipment room was locked, and we were waiting to put away whatever equipment it was that we had. And some of the guys were kicking and banging on the door. And simultaneously, as Terry walked in, I kind of ran up towards the door to do sort of a fake kick. And with the sound and the motion Terry saw coming from me, he was adamant that it was me that was causing the problem over by the equipment door, to the point where he actually dragged me down to the office. He went on to speak about my character and how he never thought I would have been someone who would be untruthful or lie about something. He thought I was an upfront person, but in the grand scheme of things, and I don't think he ever actually believed what I told him in the end, but Terry I did not kick that door.
When I think about Terry, the things that I think about is what he's done in our athletics program. He is the track and field technician. He has gone to so many courses to become more learned in all the ins and outs of track and field, and that's a tough sport to teach because you have to teach all the throwing events, the jumping events, running. And when the kids come in, he takes their raw talent and he shows them the way through the proper technique.
His contribution to the athletics department has been great. He's produced quality teams over the years. Our track program has risen to the top of the zone and done quite well provincially. And he always puts in lots of time and effort, and the patience he has to go to practice and work with, a few individuals that it's hard to always get him out for track. And it doesn't bother him at all. He just loves working with the kids.
And I don't know what our track program is going to be like without Terry, because he starts training the kids in the wintertime and he gets them going. I don't know how many banners that, he's helped coach these kids to. He works with them in all of that. He doesn't just do high jump, long jump. It's the running, it's the throwing. It's a real passion of his, and he's so good at it.
The hours he puts in, he'll stay here 6, 7 o'clock at night working with a kid on high jump. A kid, single kid, and he doesn't turn anybody away. He's grown our programs into programs that are known.
Well, that's the same with cross country. He takes those kids and he motivates them to do their best, and once again, they seem to excel. He just has that demeanor about him. He's a great coach, and we've known that through when he's coached hockey, and he's gotten many awards for that.
I used to run our hockey program for years, and I was actually supposed to take it over, but I'm sure I couldn't measure up, so I didn't. But I remember growing up playing hockey, and a lot of my buddies and some of the guys, they all went through that hockey program, and it was a really good program.
Plus all the things that he does in the weight room. He's gotten us lots of equipment. He always makes sure that weight room is, up to par, and the kids really respect that, and they really respect keeping that place in good working conditions. So that'll be a huge loss, I think, for our phys ed and athletic department.
I've been very fortunate in my life, I guess, between my hockey involvement and my time here at MCHS. It's always the people. You just meet such great people. Anybody that's involved with teaching, anybody that's involved with coaching, they do it because they have a passion for kids. They have a passion to help, to reach out. And I think we all know that, we become mentors for some kids, and all in different ways, which is good. We reach different kids. So it's those people that do the reaching out, everybody that's in this building, right from Max to Don and Wade and Corrine. They're just wonderful people. And that's the part that's always going to be hard. Is that you're a team here at school, a team of teachers. You support each other when we're having bad days, and you help push each other just by the different things that everybody does. So without a doubt, that idea of not coming in and being with 40 other people that you consider your brothers and sisters, that'll be different. That'll be weird. That's why I keep coming back, I guess.
So I know I could always count on Terry for a conversation, and he was sincerely interested in me, and I've watched that happen with other staff and students as well. And you never got a sense that he was in too much of a hurry for you. And he'd have time to just spend and listen and chat a little bit, and always a good friendly hello. So.
And he's my after hours buddy too. You come here on a Saturday, Sunday evenings. Terry's always here. He's putzing away in the weight room or working in his office, and so I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss seeing Terry after hours in here. And I think, Cliff's well known for the to-go cup. He's always got his to-go cup, but I think Terry originated that, because you always see Terry in here with his in the gym. He's got his McDonald's cup or his 7-Eleven cup, and so I'm going to miss seeing you around, Terry, in the gym and after hours.
Terry and I, we've had this ongoing thing where we always try to dress the same. So I'll see Terry wearing flannel, and he's usually wearing a pair of jeans or something, and I've got a pair of boots very similar to his. So we try to coordinate our outfits so that he wears red flannel and blue jeans on the same day that I try to wear red flannel and blue jeans. And it's funny because we don't really coordinate that much, but we end up wearing the same thing usually on the same days anyways.
So I thought I'd try to make my life a little bit easier and lessen my prep work in the morning to get here. And so I eased up on my makeup wearing, and Terry, so thoughtful and kind, grabbed me and he was like, are you feeling okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling fine, Terry. I'm just not wearing as much makeup as I usually do, but thanks for pointing out that I look different. But he felt a little bit bad, but that's okay, I forgive you.
We're working the hockey academy, so he was here obviously at the time, and I was at Primo, a younger teacher then, and so they needed a person to work, to bring the kids and to be on the ice with our junior high kids. And I believe it was Bryce Van Bravant. I was doing a drill. Terry gives me the drill, and I go into the corner and I tell the kids, you know what, don't shoot any pucks. And I need to explain this to you, but just leave the pucks alone. So what Bryce does is he takes a shot and hits the crossbar, and lo and behold, that puck comes off the crossbar and hits me in the temple. And so I kind of stumbled down. The first one in front of me, because Terry knew that I was seeing red, I was ready to kill him. He was right in front of me. He said, you know what, Wade, maybe we should go to the bench here. And thank you, Terry. You probably saved my career, because I would have killed him. But although I don't think I had my bearings with me, because I was wobbly when I got up, because a hard puck, no helmets in those days. And you probably saved me my career, because I would have. I was so angry that day, and you knew.
Well, the first thing I think about about Terry is that when we go to parties, he's usually showing up when everybody else is thinking about going home. So he's the guy's a night owl, and I think I'm a night owl, but he makes me look bad. So,
but wait a minute, is Terry here? Are we are we showing this presentation when Terry's here? What's the time frame? I've never seen him really lose his temper. He always has this calm demeanor, and he just seems to relax everyone.
This past year's Christmas party, his wife and I were having a conversation, Jan and I, just talking about the school year, and and she asked me, well, what do you think about my husband? I'm like, we're all having a couple of drinks at that point. I said, I think Terry is great, like a great guy, never seen him angry. And she looks at me, she said, really? Well, I've seen him angry a lot, actually. And I'm like, what is happening here?
The thing about Terry is you hardly ever see him get mad. So when you do see him get mad, it's quite interesting. So there's one story where he went on the bike trip, and one of the students, he told him not to jump over the creek at I don't know which falls it was or whatever. And he jumped over it when Terry wasn't looking. Well, Terry just said he just about ripped the kid's head off. And so Terry was quite upset. So when you see Terry mad, it is kind of funny because you never see it. So
don't piss him off.
Some people say that there's a Jan Maslyk to blame, but I know it's all Terry's fault. So Margaritaville, Jimmy Buffett, baby.
Terry has been a huge advocate for not just his programs, but all things MCHS. And for that, Terry, we want to thank you, because, you've been this incredible ambassador for the school, I should say, wherever you go. And when you're out there, you're not just promoting what you're doing, you're promoting what everybody in this building is doing. And for that, we could not be prouder of you, and we want to thank you for that.
I was doing up a staff meeting agenda one day. Terry's birthday was in November, and Max Crane comes into the office and he asked me, well, Don, what are you doing there? I said, well, I'm just working on the agenda. I'm just working on birthdays right now. He said, who are you working on? I said, Terry Maslyk. And it's kind of amazing, because I even wrote it down what he said. He said, what I said, Max, if you had to say anything about Terry, what would it be? And he says, humble, wise man that shows respect to everyone. And he also said, a rich man, not in wealth necessarily, but in heart and character. I mean, I think that sums Terry up pretty good when I think about it.
Congratulations, Terry. You haven't actually left here, though, yet, but when you do finally leave, enjoy your retirement.
Congratulations, Terry. Enjoy retirement. We'll miss seeing you in the gym and getting track together before badminton. Take care.
Good luck and congratulations, Terry. You deserve this so much. Have so much fun in your retired years.
Congratulations in your retirement, Terry. As far as I've known, you've tried to retire 3 times since I've worked here, and you just keep coming back. So if it is for real this time, good luck, and I wish you all the best.
Terry, I can't believe they're finally getting rid of you, but who knows? You could be back again next year. Who knows with you? You have more lives than a cat. Have a great, great retirement. I know you'll enjoy a few rums.
Thoroughly enjoyed working with you over the years. Really wish you all the best in your retirement. We're going to miss you, man. And hopefully that weight room will still be open for you, and you can come in and pop in there, and maybe we can have a chat again.
Hey Terry, God bless you. I'm excited for what's next in store. We had you for a little extra time. That's been fantastic. So wherever you head next, really all the best. And thanks so much for the memories.
Terry, congratulations, buddy. I'm going to be missing my office neighbor. Wish you all the best. Hope you guys get out to Vancouver Island on a very regular basis. And please keep in touch.
Terry, just congratulations once again. I know that you've kind of been slowly easing your way out. And even though I don't really see you that much, but you are a quiet force that is a strong component of what MCHS is all about.
You, again, have just been such an important part of MCHS. You've done amazing things here. We're so grateful to you, and we wish you all the best. I hope that you and Jan will do traveling, spend time with those grandkids and kids, and just be able to relax and enjoy your retirement.
Well, just all the best, Terry. Don't be a stranger, and let's make sure we get together for some rums for sure.
Just Terry, congratulations. I'm so happy that you're going to be retiring, and I know you and Jan are going to have many adventures along the way. I wish you all the best. Have a lot of fun with your family and your grandbabies.
Just enjoy this time, Terry, with your kids, your grandkids. Oh my goodness, your big families, and yeah, I know you've got kids in musical careers. Go, hang out and cheer them on, and just rock on, dude.